Embedded Linux development kits. Embedded Linux is a huge and very interesting topic. To start with that Linux, who are all using with that Linux for the desktop, they can start playing with that embedded Linux by exploring the different components available of embedded Linux. And we provide here the low-cost design kit for the beginners who can start with that and play with that embedded Linux based system, but it may require little knowledge about that Linux previously, like shell commands, those things. And we can see over here that the Linux, which makes that advantages for using Linux operating system for the embedded application and embedded computing. It's completely free and open source, and it has very large user and developer community in order to support, and if case of any issues, and we can able to get that resolved. Most of the issues, if you search for an issue, you always get some more links that you can have to refer. That it has that very open community database, and that gives you to move forward with the Linux operating systems, and it's openly available, complete end-to-end software, and it can be easily configurable and customizable using that components like build root and Yocto. Those kind of systems makes that embedded Linux easy, and it also Linux provides easy upgrades and expanding the features by with the speed of Linux. And it has that complete set of device drivers. You just need to port for your platform that you can move forward with the embedded Linux, and it's completely taking from that Bluetooth, Zigbee, and then Ethernet, and then Wi-Fi, and then we have telecom, SS7, and different stacks. All those stacks are available freely in the open source, integrated with the Linux kernel, and also that we have that the respective application stack also, it's available open source, and which makes that build that embedded system using the Linux operating system easier. And also that tools to build that images like Yocto makes that embedded system easier and move forward with that. Shall we move forward with the development kits available over? Some of the development kits available here, and we can do that our embedded Linux development using a Raspberry Pi 3, which has that Broadcom BZM2837 processor, which can operate up to 1.4 GHz, and it has that 64-bit quad-core ARM Cortex A53 processor, and it has 1 GB of DDR2 memory, and it has that HDMI video and audio output, and it has the CMOS camera sensor interface with the MIPI CSI2, and it has that USB 2.0 host port and OTG, and it has that LVDS display output for LCD, and it also featured with that micro SD card slot, which can be used for booting your embedded Linux image, and it has that 10/100 megabits per second Ethernet interface, and it has that wireless and Bluetooth 4.0 connectivity. It costs around 2,500 rupees. You can buy and you can start with that, and exploring that embedded Linux over that. And we have the Udo Neo platform, which is based on NXP i.MX6 Solex application processor, which is based on ARM Cortex A9 core, and which has that 1 GB of DDR SD RAM, and it has that micro HDMI video and audio outputs, and it has that micro SD card slot for booting your image, and you can partition, and one partition you can use it for image booting, and you can use another partition for your data storage, and it has that USB 2.0 host and OTG, and it has that 10/100 megabits per second Ethernet port for connecting with that wire network, and it has that wireless and Bluetooth 4.0 connectivity for wireless and low power applications, and it has that Arduino compatible header. You can plug your external headers and you can external Arduino, and you can start with that your development using embedded Linux. This costs around 5,000 rupees, and you can easier to buy, and you can kickstart your embedded Linux application and embedded Linux BSP developments. And here we have BeagleBone Black, which is based on Texas Instruments AM3358 Stereo processor, and it has that 1 gigahertz of ARM Cortex A8 processor with 512 megabyte of DDR3 SDRAM. It has that 4 gigabyte onboard eMMC storage, and this has that micro SD card for data and booting, and this also has that micro HDMI audio and video interfaces integrated output, and it has that mini USB 2.0 and USB 2.0 device and host port, and this has the 10/100 megabits per second Ethernet port, and it also has that controller area network for the automotive applications CAN bus interface. This costs around 4,500 rupees, and you can start with that different applications. And if you have any need of any assistance and clarification, you can contact me at nvhariharan@nivitech.com. Thank you. Subscribe for more updates. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.